So I put that and some squirting in it for the bubbly.
My friend drinks jalapeno tequila. She said it's very good. As much as I love all of my ethnic friends, and I do enjoy the flavors of their food, I have to make it the Alicia can't handle spice to save her life method. Like I ordered like
so the white version.
So I was avoiding saying it, but yeah. Which is funny because my father, like, he likes spice too, like, so I grew up with like spice and stuff. Like, even my son, he tried the mild sauce at Taco Bell, really liked it. Mom's like, no, I'm good. Thank you. We're good on that.
Yeah.
My husband, he buys so much hot sauce. I'm like, when we were getting ready to move, I'm like, you need to use these up. I'm not packing these.
They're not taking up valuable real estate.
Correct. That was my feeling about all the food. I was like, I'm not buying any more food. We're packing the bare minimum of food.
Yeah. Cup of noodles it is.
Yeah, if that. So I am drinking Yellowtail Rosé.
Rosé all day.
Rosé all day. That's what Ed said to TJ. We gotta get Mama her rosé for all day. Well, yesterday was my dad's 65th birthday party. It was very nice, and but I had my car there, so I only had like half a glass. So now I'm celebrating.
Woot woot. Yeah.
Because we here on Horror and Heels advocate drinking, but drinking responsibly.
That we do.
Interestingly, no egregious alcohol in tonight's movie.
None. There was
This movie was. Whew. Very few nipples.
I'd say none.
No. One.
Where? When?
Prom night, right?
Yeah. Let's make sure we're watching the same movie.
We've done that before. When the virgin girl is in the locker room, we see a titty. I'm gonna be honest, with the exception of Wendy and Jamie Lee Curtis, also known as Kim, I don't know who the other girls are. Do not ask me. Nope. One that was dating Chubby Dude. One that was dating loser, rapey vibes boyfriend. Those are what I called them.
Jamie Lee Curtis was barely likable, and that's hard to do.
Right. But I think that was the point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they were.
Well, I also got confused because I thought Jamie Lee Curtis had been one of the four kids in the window, and then I realized halfway through the movie that only Nick was one of the four kids in the window, so
yeah,
good times.
Well, no, it had to be more than Nick, right? Because he killed all of them.
No.
Oh, you mean,
I mean, I thought she was one of the three girls.
Oh, yeah, no.
No. All those little girls, well, the one blonde didn't, but the three brunettes all look the same.
Oh, my word. And they all look 30 once again. They all look 30 once again.
30. Easily. Talk about how these kids talk to their parents. One of them is like, the mom's like, oh, was that a caller asking you to the prom? Like, the mom's all excited, and the door is like, no, just a dirty
obscene. Not obscene enough.
Not really all that obscene either. Like, Mom, he wasn't even obscene enough for the phone call.
She was like, it was a waste of time.
Nick is like, oh, it's probably Wendy wanting me to go to the prom and fuck her afterwards, but I gotta take Kim. And the dad's like,
I wish I had your problems.
I was like, okay.
I guess that's how we roll here.
What do you feel right off the bat is the biggest plot hole in this movie?
If I were paying enough attention, I could tell you, but it was such a slow burn. I was not paying close enough attention. I'd have to think about that. Why? What was it to you?
My biggest plot hole is the fact that they arrested somebody else and Nick or the other daughter, because at some point the school would have seen Kim, Nick, and Morgan leave school together. Even in those days, you still walked as a group. The school would have at least made sure the siblings were walking together. So at some point, the cops would have interviewed Kim and Nick and said, when did you guys get separated from Morgan? Kim would have said, we were looking at the creepy school. I realized I left my book home, told the other two to go on without me, and Nick would have said, Morgan left me to go play in that weird house or school.
Yeah.
I saw other kids in there.
Yeah.
There's no way that wouldn't have happened.
And they didn't really explain, like, who this other guy was. They didn't show them arresting him. I was very confused.
It was just like, oh, there was this guy in town that was a molester. Doesn't say there was any.
No.
Which we know as the audience, there was no signs of sexual abuse on the child.
Right.
And also, the way she fell, didn't it kind of look like just an accident?
Right.
So, my first thought, if I was a cop, based on the way the child fell.
There's no bruises. She wasn't abused. Nobody hurt her.
Nobody hurt her. I would have immediately said, okay, what other children was she playing with? This is children gone wrong.
Yeah.
These cops dropped the ball massively.
Also, can we just, there's no way you're going to yell me to fall out of a window.
No.
Like.
Oh, hell no.
I don't understand. All they did was they literally just yelled at her and she was like, no, and went backwards through a window. I was like, girl. First of all, you know that you're friends with a lot of assholes.
Well,
these kids were.
To be fair, her brother. What was the brother's name?
That's a good. I'll let you
go. Okay, you Google that for me. The brother says to her, "Come on, you know they don't want to play with you," leading us all to believe that those were. And we know this now. They were older children. They didn't want to play with her, so they tormented her. So evil. What kind of kids are even playing that kind of game?
Right, and that one girl, she was way too into it. She was like, I'm the killer and I'm going to kill you. I was like, ooh.
Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy's just.
Because Wendy's the one who tells them not to say anything.
Yeah, of course.
And then, let's talk about Wendy. Was that her grandmother? Who was that in the home with her? She's just smoking, waiting for her prom date. You going to be home for dinner? How the hell should I know? Like... If I'd ever said to my father, if he had asked me, are you going to be home for dinner? And I had said, how the hell should I know?
Oh, God.
I'd be
dead. Dead and then grounded.
Yes, yes, right, exactly.
After my mom stopped choking me to death.
Right.
There's no way.
Yeah, no way.
I was so excited that Leslie Nielsen. I love Leslie Nielsen.
He was a good principal, I felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was funny when the bad guy was like, were we supposed to think he was attractive, the bad guy? First of all, once again.
The 40-year-old?
The 40-year-old smoking down the hallway? Was that allowed?
There's no way he was supposed to be attractive. Because I almost vomited. I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. I was like, first of all, you're like 40. Second of all, ew. Ugh.
Third of all, where was any teacher when he was molesting Jamie Lee Curtis that her brother had to get involved?
And then that fight went on for so long without no adults. I was like, are there adults in this school? What's happening? Because this fight is going on for quite some time. The creep ass had a mask on and everything. I was like, oh.
Why did nobody clock that before he got to her? Just too many questions. And then he goes, figures you're gonna. Now, here's my question about creep ass. Did he know that Kim was the principal's daughter? Because he says he had to, right? Because he says some girl, and the brother's like, no, Kim. If you're at least gonna molest her, you're gonna put respect on her.
You gotta know her name. That's all I ask.
You gotta know her fucking name.
And the lady parts of it to know my name.
Right, because I feel like, I mean, they say it about the one. Listen, if you're smoking cigarettes down the hallway, you've probably committed some other crimes.
At least a couple misdemeanors.
If you're feeling brazen enough to do that, and the principal's like, no, you've been a black scar. Of course you're suspended. Like, this was the last straw.
Like, you know you suck. We've been over this.
Why are we even having this conversation? Get out of my office. You're done here.
And I love that he didn't hide either. And he's like, and you're saying that I'm giving my son better. And he's like, yes, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
He had no shame. He was like, yes, it's my son. Yes. But he knows his son is a good kid.
Right. It's not just because it's your son. It's like, yes, it wouldn't matter who's standing here with you. You've been a problem since day one. You've clearly got to go.
Right.
Because even if it was any other kid, you have brought this whole school to this point that it was only a matter of time before someone decked you in your face, and I as the principal have just been waiting.
He's like, I'm here for
students to do it because it would be a felony if I did it.
Cannot.
I cannot. I was just waiting for some student to punch you, and here we have arrived. So
mark it on my calendar.
And
what was the over-under?
We talk about Wendy. Guys, I know we're jumping all over the place tonight. There's just so much happening.
We gotta.
Can we talk about Wendy? First of all, she was the most aggressive of the small children, and her behavior never changed. Third of all, Nick, not a prize that anybody needs to be having fights over.
No. Where's the? And I was confused at the timeline because they're saying I love you, and it's like, but Wendy's acting like they just broke up. So what was that time frame?
Okay, so I think that Nick came close to Kim in a friend way at some point after Morgan dies because of the way he talks about the day Morgan died. You see, he's getting ready to tell her the truth.
You mean Robin, the sister? Yeah, Robin, the sister. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, guys. We thought her name was Morgan this whole time. Moving on. Once again, you don't come here for facts. When Robin dies, like, he's getting up the nerve to tell her the truth, and then the bell rings. I think they had been very close, then decided to. He was like, listen, I don't love Wendy. I love you. You've been my best friend for all these years.
Okay.
That's how
that's the feeling you got.
Because when they're walking down the hallway and Wendy's kissing him, he's like, I told her it's over. And Kim's like, yeah, I see she heard. Like, but even Kim knows how Wendy is, which is why she starts smiling.
I love that, how she played that off. Like, she's like, none of my business. She's like, that's
and then the friend dicks her out and is like,
yeah,
Nick, she's smiling. Don't even worry about it. So funny
Girl
story
code,
about the actor who played Nick. When they do that dance scene, he needed a body double because he could not keep up with Jamie Lee Curtis because she's a professional dancer.
Looked, I was going to say, when she did that little practice scene, I was like, she's got to be, I didn't know that about her, but just seeing the way she was moving.
It needs to be perfect. Well, Nick likes me that way. No, not Jamie Lee. Perfect girls rarely suck a good cock. I mean, come on. You need a little bit of a hot mess to suck a good cock.
If you can't say his name while it's in your mouth, like our professional in Carrie, then
like Chris Hargis Carrie.
Yeah, if you can't say Billy completely and it's enunciated.
People compared this, said this was very similar to either people said this was Carrie mixed with Halloween. Do you agree?
I could see that. I did think it had Carrie vibes with the two people scheming against her. It definitely had the Carrie vibes too.
Carrie vibes. Then also, just fun fact, this was part of the premise for another movie we recently did. Can you guess which one?
Oh my god. Now, see, once you put me on the spot, wait, let me see what our episode, like, what if we actually watched for the show and what if we watched for Shutter Horror Fans? It's so...
right. You wanted the crown, bitch. You wanted that crown.
I know what you did last summer then. Yeah. I don't want the crown. I was just making fun of you for hating the crown.
No. Even in the Bay, you wanted that bitch's crown too. You just want any water-themed crown.
I was just making fun of you for hating the crown so much. I thought it was hilarious, but I do want a seahorse. No,
she wants a seahorse crown. Folks, if you're listening, if you really want to make Jen's year, send her a seahorse crown. Any nautical-themed crown will really just make Jen's day.
Yeah, mermaid, it could be...
We recently watched The Bay, in which there was some Chesapeake...
Oh, Miss Crustacean!
What?
Miss Crustacean.
Oh, that's what she was called, Miss Crustacean. Oh, my God.
Like, no, thank you.
Folks, skipping to The Bay for a second. Very well done. Don't eat while watching it.
Oh, no.
If you have itchy skin already to begin with, maybe not the movie for you. Maybe take a Benadryl. I gotta tell you, I was having some problems, people.
Yeah, I was worried about you. I was like, ooh, I wonder how Alicia's doing right now.
Alicia was not doing good. And then Fertilla and Chris laughed. I'm like, I'm not making a joke here, people. I am not doing well. I literally had to take a shower shower the second we were done. Ed comes out. He sees me walk into the bathroom, and I'm just scratching. He's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Not great, babe.
Like, not good. Not good. But I'm gonna handle it.
I mean, the movie was so well done.
I was gonna say, I really liked that movie.
That's one of the first found footage movies I enjoyed, and I really think it was because of the narrator. She did such a good job of moving the storyline along, but really making you feel the way she felt that day.
Right. And that's why I wanted to do it for our show, because I was like, this would be worth talking about. So it was good, and I liked it. Had some scares in it, like it was creepy, scary.
Yeah. No,
like something that could actually happen.
We will definitely end up doing that for this podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and watch that at some point, because you'll want to hear.
It's on HBO Max right now.
Yeah. So bouncing back to
Mr. Man coming up in the creepy van, being like, "Hey, I'll give you a ride."
Once again, ladies, I feel like I go through this almost every movie we watch.
Every week.
Ladies, if a man, would he call himself Slinky?
Slick. He said they call me Slick.
No, they don't, sir. You're trying to make Slick happen. It's not happening.
Stop trying to make it happen.
It's not good.
Oh, gosh.
If a man in a panel van comes up to you and tries to pick you up and calls himself Slick.
Oh, or according to him, his friends call him Slick. Okay.
Now later on, I realized why this was. I was like, don't get into a car with a stranger. You realize a little later on in the story that she knew of him. He was on like the fringe of the group. Like, it's kind of like you have your core in high school, but that seemed like when I went to a small high school.
Yeah.
I had my core, but then I knew everybody else. Now, when I went to the other school that had 600 people per class, obviously you don't.
Right.
But I'm saying that was like a very small school, maybe 200 kids max.
Yeah.
So clearly they all know each other. So she was like, Slick asked me to the prom. And they all knew who she meant. Like, then I wouldn't have told
anybody.
Well, I mean, she seemed so happy. And honestly.
She what? No, she genuinely was into it.
And you know what? For a guy in the 70s, he wasn't bad looking. We all know I like a chub star. Of everyone, Slick was almost working for me. He was funny. He treated her with respect.
He would have been played by a Jonah Hill or a McLovin or even Seth Rogen maybe back in the day.
And you've just named 3 men I would happily fuck any day of the week. So
I mean, there you go.
I was real sad when I found out Seth Rogen was married, not gonna lie. The other 2 really aren't as age appropriate for me, but Seth Rogen and I are the same age, so. No, he seemed very kind. They seemed very.
She was legit happy with him. I was like, you go, girl. That's all that matters.
He was very sweet to her.
Polite. He was nicer than the other guy.
Yes, very polite.
She was like, I don't want to, and he's like, ugh.
Yeah, no, and they had been dating. He was nicer to her on their first date than that boyfriend she'd been dating for a while. Mm-hmm. He's like, if you won't put out there are girls that will, then go find them.
Oh, I will help you find them.
Yes. Be like, you know what? See, I'm such a savage. I would have walked right to the stage, gotten the little microphone thing, and been like, hey, everybody, Tommy says there are women here willing to fuck him since I won't. I'd like you to know that I've seen it. It's not impressive, but God willing, if you want to.
Show of hands. Who's interested?
Show of hands. Oh, no one. Oh. Tommy, seems like you were wrong. Sorry, my friend. Good night.
Mic drop.
But you do feel, but that's a 40-year-old woman saying she would have been that savage. I don't think I would have been that savage in high school.
Looking like
hindsight is 2020.
That's the
thing. But back then, you're like, oh, you think me? Okay.
That whole phrase, the youth is wasted on the young,
is so true.
It hit me one day, and I was like, damn it, I understand what that means now. I don't.
That's why, like, I really try to help my younger clients who are in my chair. Like, we have this one girl who does not know how beautiful she is, and she was just dating somebody who was not a bad person, but just not good enough for her. Wasn't bringing anything to the table. And I was like, no, you're too beautiful to put up with this. And thankfully, she has seen the light, and she is done with him. It was multiple people saying it to her, not just me.
Yeah, but it helped. Yeah.
But I think it also helps when it's a grown person who's not your parent actually saying the same things your parent is saying, I think that hits better than even
Definitely
a peer saying it. Because a peer, it's like, well, they're just as stupid as me. What do they know? Your parent, you're like, ugh.
You're my parent, of course you're gonna say that.
But when like a random adult who tangentially, although I know her pretty well, I've been to her, I've been doing her nails for a long time, so we've built up a rapport enough where she was comfortable enough to tell me about the problems. I was comfortable enough to then give her advice.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, my dad would say something to me, I'd be like, so old, nothing, blah, 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 just doesn't want to see me having. And then, like, if one of my older cousins said the same thing, I'd be like,
oh my God, you're so right.
So, yeah. So girls, do not put up with a man who only wants to spend time with you for your body. Indeed. Because let me tell you something. That does not make a sustainable relationship. It does not make a sustainable life.
Doesn't make for a good person.
Doesn't make for a good individual. And if that's really all you two have structurally, you don't have a structure. You don't have a foundation. So, listen, sad that, she died a virgin, so listen.
Which goes against the horror trope. She didn't have sex. She should not have died.
Right.
She should not have
Nick
died.
Did not kill.
I got a bone to pick with you, Prom Night.
Not Nick. What is the brother's name? Did you find me the brother's name? Yes. Oh, well, that's not. Alex, you're right. Yeah. You are 100%.
Nick was the boyfriend.
Nick was the boyfriend. Alex is the brother.
Yeah. Can I have a bone to pick with the Prom Night wardrobe? How does Sissy Spacek get a beautiful prom dress? And y'all gave Jamie Lee Curtis this 40-year-old woman, shoulder padded. That dress was.
No, she takes off that thing when she's at the prom.
Oh, see again.
No, the jacket I think was just because it was chilly outside.
Okay, because when she
walked at the prom, it's
okay. Because when she walked down the stairs, I was like, oh Lord, and then I did, and then
oh Lorded, and then you see
her, okay.
Yes, no, those.
Because then that dance scene went on, and I just tuned out at the dance scene. It was so long.
It was very long.
I didn't understand what was that.
I had a heart attack dancing to that at your prom.
And I think it's the same song the entire prom night, entire prom night.
I think so. I don't know. So, no, you see it. Now, the principal is dancing with his daughter at prom. That
was cute. I was like, aw.
I really liked Alex and Jamie Lee's sibling relationships. I think it was one of the nicest sibling relationships. Obviously, losing Robin so young bonded them, but I love that they are able to laugh with even after that much tragedy.
Yeah.
For poor Alec, that was his fraternal twin.
Yeah.
So.
And even when he's like putting the necklace on, and she keeps spraying it with the perfume, and he's like, I'm gonna smell like the woman's bathroom, and she's like, how do you know it? And she's like, never mind, I don't want to know. Of course you know.
I don't know. Don't tell me more. Don't tell me. And then he does. And let's be fair, what was the bad guy's name? I really should have written down people's names. You still got that? What was loser smoker dude's name?
Lou. Lou. Yes, because I wrote it down. I was like, Lou is 40.
Lou, definitely outsized him, and Alex didn't care. He's like, you're not going to put your hands all over my sister.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Not today.
Not today. I think, so, as much as they were creeped out by Lou, I think a little bit she liked the attention, too, which was weird to me. Did you get that vibe? No?
Wait, then who? Wendy, maybe. Not Kim. You think Kim liked it? Again, you probably were. I was doing other things while it was on, but I was watching it.
Usually that's my MO. So
yeah.
In that scene.
I was sitting there ready to pay attention, and then it was just such a slow burn that I slowly.
Well, have you seen this before?
No.
No, neither had I. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I take that back. I thought I had never seen it until I was watching, and then I'm like, nope, I've seen this. I just hadn't really what it was called. I'm not entirely sure I'd seen the whole thing through, but I definitely remember the first scene. I definitely remember the scene with her and Slick in the van.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember bits and pieces. I think I saw this when I was much, much younger. But that opening scene that's a haunting opening scene.
Yeah, the kids playing in the abandoned building.
They're creepy, and that building's creepy, and like, I'm sorry, but that building didn't look like it was stopping anyone from entering.
They didn't. It was the 70s. Yeah,
you're right.
They really didn't care. We've talked about this. They didn't give a shit in the 70s. Kelly was the first death, right? The virgin.
The virgin, then
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and that death face she had, I was like, that's pretty epic. That eye, she had the one eye like closed, and it was like rolling to the back of her head. I was like, good job, good job. Yeah, and then what's her name and Slick are just having a good time. Like, she's excited. She's like, let's go to the Bluffs, and he's like, when he said, I want another joint, I was like, sir, you need a joint to have sex with me? No, that's not how this works.
No. They had finished for the second time.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just saying. I'm saying you need to be high to have sex with me. No. But then how her head, like, I actually screamed a little bit when her head fell back from the door opening.
Right.
That was an interesting kill scene because it was very clumsy.
Clumsy.
Which makes sense because it's.
I never thought it was the escaped person.
No, it was obviously
and
not
I
that.
never thought, even before they revealed that it's not him, I never thought it was the janitor. Until we, part of me thought it was Kim for a hot minute, that Kim was the one who had seen it, and she was playing a long con, which honestly would have been more interesting. Yeah.
I thought it might have been the dad, because I'm like,
spoilers for Prom Night 2. Oh, you don't know?
It's Prom Night 2.
Prom Night 2 or 3, one of them is that premise.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
That she comes back.
But yeah, he was
Lou is what it's called.
What is it called?
Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou.
I feel like I've seen that or I've heard of it. That sounds very familiar. I've not seen it, but I've seen the poster for it or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Slick tried. Sorry, back to the van death. But the way he tried, he did his best. He even tried to run the guy over. He was working it, but obviously he didn't get it.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not. Sorry. No, Prom Night 2 follows a high school student who becomes possessed by Mary Lou Maloney, a student who died at her high school prom. It's not. I'm sorry. That's not. I don't know what I was thinking.
It sounds like every.
I'm going through this rosé, guys. Things are only going to get through.
It's fine. This is the content they come here for. So the van must have been made of sulfur because it hit and just exploded. Like, there was nothing left of that van.
Well, I mean.
It's like, what is it? Was it a sulfur van? Why did it I know that we have to have explosions in these movies, but it always cracks me up when it's like there was C4 in it, and you're just like, why is a car exploding in such a manner?
All the weed just went up in flames.
Oh, there you go. That actually, that tracks. We'll take that.
There's probably actually a lot of alcohol in there, so just one spark, the whole thing went up. You know what? It was Slick's glasses. He just keeps talking about his glasses. I'm like, why didn't you secure those before the intimacies started, good sir? As a woman who wears glasses, with a husband who wears glasses, we put them on the bedside areas.
Right, and you have a van. There's plenty of room. You can put them somewhere.
Not just willy-nilly in the zone. Throw those bad boys in the center console.
Do something. But honestly, they were cute. Like, it was cute that, like, she loved it, and she's like, let's go to the Bluffs. Like, they were actually into each other.
And you know what? She went out happy. She had, she
at least twice happy.
Twice happy. And you know what? Like, the way Slick was treating her, he really liked her. Like, she died having a great prom night. The same cannot be said for Virgin Girl. She was having the worst night. Had to go out.
Prom night was awful.
That poor girl. However, if you believe in certain religious tenets, she will go right through the pearly gates. She died a virgin. So, God bless, Mazel. You're doing fine. If that's your religion, you've won. She's going to get there and be like, she's going to get there and be like, listen, I thought the horror movie rule was
fine.
I was trying to survive.
Trying to live, okay? She did get screwed. Not
He's
literally.
Like, St.
She
Peter
definitely
at the
figuratively
like, I'm
got
sorry,
screwed.
he went rogue. I don't know what to tell you.
That sucked. Like, that's probably one of the worst deaths. Because she followed the rules and still died.
Yeah.
So she didn't get any and died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor thing. But honestly, I wouldn't have lost my virginity to that gentleman either.
No, he was awful.
He was not a nice person. On the flip side, Slick, absolutely, he was a darling young man.
Yeah. Oh, he was adorable.
Yeah, and she seemed very ready. Very ready. She wanted
to
have some relations on prom night.
Yeah, they did. That was a good night.
I did feel bad for Kim's mom. She seemed so haunted by the death of Robin. Like, that poor woman just never got better.
Oh, yeah. That was...
So, what was I going to say?
Rating? You asked me to rate it?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my other thing. Lou was suspended. How did he get into prom? Because, as we learned...
Because Mrs. What's-Her-Name wasn't there.
Season 3, Mr. Jess Mariano gets suspended. He's done with school and no prom ticket for him. It is we learned in Carrie.
I was going to say. It's because the gym teacher wasn't there. She would have been on it. She'd have clocked him and been like, nope, get your ass out of here.
No ticket for you. No ticket for you, my friend. And then that one teacher dancing with the student. Like, it was cute when the principal did it. That was his own daughter.
It was his daughter, yeah.
No other teachers should be dancing with a student.
That's inappropriate.
And that gym teacher came right up. She was like, no. What is this? She was real all about... But then, in a previous scene, one of her students is flashing her bum at people. She's just like, don't do that to him. That's not nice.
I need the same energy.
It all needs to be uniform.
Yes.
But also, now I know that the father said that the maintenance guy had been thoroughly checked out. However, checked out by whom? Because he was clearly a drunkard. He was drinking all over that Fairland.
Hey, you know what? If you have to work around a bunch of high schoolers, I'm going to let you have a sip or two. If you got to work around high schoolers all day.
Okay. Fair enough. But also still, even if a drunk man comes up to me and tells me he's witnessed a crime, I'm investigating that.
I'm at least going to give it a look, give it a glance.
I'm saying, oh, you're drunk? Okay.
Because I don't make up that kind of stuff when I'm drunk. I don't just think that I see killers. Like, that's not a normal thing of being drunk.
That's what drunk people. So, there's that.
I get really sentimental, but I do not see murders that didn't happen when I'm drunk.
I mean, I plot murders in my head. Is that the
I did that while I was sober. So.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, wait. My sobriety has nothing to do with it. The other day, I know this is horrible, but there was just the worst man in the world driving in front of me. You know when somebody's bumper stickers just lead you to know too much about them?
It's like, why is your entire life wrapped up in bumper stickers on your car? I shouldn't know everything about you.
They were very misogynistically sexual in nature, and I just wanted to be like, God, I wish right now I was a multi-millionaire so I could just dead ram into the back of this car, and those repercussions would matter almost nil to my lifestyle.
You'd be like, I'm good financially, whatever. Pay him when I gotta pay him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really the hugest fan of bumper stickers to begin with, but when your bumper stickers lead me to know more about you. First of all, I'm at a 2 max on the bumper sticker. 2 max.
Agreed.
3 if you're a huge sports fan. 3 to 4 if you're a huge sports fan, and the 4 are your 4 different teams.
Or a parent of kids at college and you want their bumpers, whatever.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Or you have your multiple children's universities. But I do not need to know that you sell Mary Kay, Tupperware, Scentsy, that you have 4 kids, 2 cats, a dog, a bird, that you've been to the Outer Banks, Montauk, Nova Scotia.
I don't care that much. I really don't.
You know what I mean? Oh, you got your little Jesus fish. God, this is too much information about you.
See, I won't put a fish on my car because of the way that I drive.
Yeah,
I don't need to represent Christ on the road.
You're that bad a driver.
No, I'm a good driver. It's how upset I get with everybody else.
Oh.
I don't need them to think that I represent Christ.
Gotcha.
On the road. That's not, I don't need that. That's too much pressure on me if I have a fish on my car. It's fine.
Yeah, teachers, don't dance with your students at prom.
Mm-mm.
Just don't do it. Once again, love a transformed gymnasium.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, love a head just rolling down a road.
That was rough. And he's like, don't panic. I wouldn't even bother with that. I'm like, oh.
No, panic.
We should probably panic.
There's a head.
Psycho.
There's a head rolling towards us. That's a moment to panic.
Yeah.
I
like Jamie Lee's fight. I like that she didn't just let the boy handle everything. She got in there. She tried to throw a chair. It was a weak throw, but she did it. She was trying to help out. Yeah.
She got the axe.
Mm-hmm. But he probably wasn't gonna. I mean, he wasn't gonna hurt her anyway.
No, but she didn't want him killing Nick either.
Yeah. But she didn't know that. She didn't know that he wouldn't kill because she didn't know who it was till that moment that they had.
I agree. Jen is really enjoying the tequila, guys. Just want you all to know.
So good.
So much ice in her glass.
You can hear it all.
Oh yeah. No, all that's what our audience comes for.
Interactive.
Cheers.
Feel like you're there. Cheers. Yeah, I think, and then it was very it ended pretty much once they revealed who the killer was. It was like, and we're done. I was like, all right.
That ending music. That is some creepy closing music.
Yeah, it was.
So there is that. Whew, that was rough. What was your favorite kill of the night?
It would be what's her name in the van? I don't remember what her name was. But that was the one part that made me jump. Her leaning against the van and being like, this is the best night of my life. And then the doors opening and her head falling back. Because she wasn't dead at that point. She just fell back. Yeah. But just came in with the axe and just did her
My actual favorite was Wendy's because she knew it was coming.
She put up that girl, her sequence was long. I was like, this has got to be the longest attempt at a kill in horror. I'm going to look it up because in cinematic history, that felt super long.
Yeah, it did.
She lasted a lot. She ran through the school.
Longer than I gave her credit for. By the way, that school seemed awfully large for not that many students. So
did they have a good reason why she didn't just run right back into the gym? Did she try, or she just didn't? Because I would have gone back to where the people were.
I just don't think she was close enough.
I mean, she was in the bathroom, and she could hear the mute, but I guess but she did. She put up a fight. I wish she would have taken those heels off. I was like, as soon as you feel like you're she needed to just.
I never do. I mean, that's the number one trope, okay?
I know, but they were so loud. I'm like, you're giving away your location. You need to take them out. You're slow because you have heels on, first of all. Second of all, they're loud, so they know where you're going. This is where we do not advocate for horror in heels.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in a horrible situation, don't be in heels.
Be like the bride in
Ready or
Not. Throw on your Chucks and rip the bottom of your dress just off, ladies. It's how you're gonna survive. Even
I would rather go barefoot than.
Should we change the name to Horror and Barefoot?
Or Horror and Converse.
Horror and Converse. But we have our beautiful heels. So
I know. No, we're not gonna. No, I like our name. Everybody likes our name.
Everybody likes our name. So yes, so those were our favorite kills. What were your biggest problems with the movie?
It was too slow for me. The build up to prom, it didn't get to the point. What I liked about Carrie was that it was everything happened in a decent amount of time. So the build up was prom night. Yeah. But pacing was good. You felt like you got the story up to prom night. Prom night came at a good time. This was just kind of, and that whole long disco dance scene.
That we keep saying it's so long because adversely to Carrie, it is 6 days shorter because you hear in Carrie, the teacher says, you are in detention with me for 5 days. If you don't finish those 5 days, you can't do prom on Saturday, which means that, and she says to Carrie, you don't have to go to gym this week. So we know it's a minimum of 5 days in this storyline. This was one day. You see the murder, and the next thing is a day and a half. You see them at the cemetery. You see the family at the cemetery. Then they're getting ready for school. It's literally 24 hours.
Yeah.
Literally. So what I also thought was weird is that they were picked king and queen
before
prom. I had never seen or heard of that before. I had always heard of the nominees going out before, but then you get crowned there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was an interesting twist. Her crown was fugly. That was not.
Maybe I should put that up as a vote as well. Who had the fuggliest crown?
She's winning right now. Carrie's was on point.
Carrie's was nice.
I mean.
Would you take the seahorse over the?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
At least the seahorse had some bling to it. Although this one does look like it won't break your neck, so with the weight of it. So there is that to consider. It's really the real Sophie's choice here.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? You know what? We'll play a bonus Would You Rather with our special guests.
Yes.
With all of our special guests.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of special guests. We have a lot of things.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for what we have coming up.
Yeah, we're very excited. So yeah, you'll have to stay tuned. So like I said, I think my biggest complaint was the fact that they tried to shoehorn in that whole Halloween escaped killer coming back to town story.
And they didn't do a good job.
They didn't do a good job. They didn't give it any justice. And the thing is, anybody who's giving this movie any thought after the fact, like we have, is saying to themselves, wait, Kim and Alex would have been questioned as to where in the day they lost Robin. Like, how did Robin get into that school, etc. Teachers would have been spoken to, like, when did you last see Robin? What time did Robin get to that area? A timeline. You don't just go around arresting people.
Yeah, just arrest some random guy, and then he was on fire. It was a lot. It wasn't organized very well. It like you never even thought, oh, maybe it's that escape. Like it seemed like a red herring, and I don't know who would have fell for that or thought maybe it was that guy, because they just didn't organize it well. They just kind of threw it in there and didn't really explain what was going on with that.
Right.
So now it would have been interesting had they not opened with the kids, had they just opened with her on the ground and then shown the cops chasing the guy and then showed the reveal of, oh my God, these kids killed her. Like that would have actually been an interesting.
And the other thing that I think is so horrible is Nick. You're taking this girl to prom and you had a hand in murdering her sister.
Yeah. And that never got addressed, did it?
Nope.
That's crazy, because he almost told her, and then which, by the way, that scene had that saxophone. That was the start of the 80s saxophone. Like that sexy saxophone. I was like,
saxophones are sexy? Is that what
in the 80s, that was like the sexy sound. Yeah. Oh, the 80s love the saxophone.
I was always a piano girl. As far as like a sexy sound, I love all music, but I'm saying a sound that really tickles at my strings. It's piano.
Yeah.
Sing me a song, a piano man. Sing us a song tonight.
You are all so welcome.
Why can't Billy Joel run into one of my houses?
I love that song so much.
And you're not even a Long Islander. Imagine how much I love it. It's like a law here. You sign papers that you love him,
I knew that song before, but the first time I really heard it, me and my friend in Colorado, who I go visit often, I was there, and there was this place called Golden Bee, and there was a piano guy, and you could request songs from the songbook, and everyone would just sing along. It was like so much fun. And
that's
we sang
a great
that one.
sing-along song.
Mm-hmm. Super fun.
That and Tiny Dancers are great sing-along songs.
Yes.
Yes. I love that scene in Almost Famous.
I need to. I know.
My face right now is
yeah, I was like, don't look at me like that.
Why we do visual podcast? We might.
Maybe one day we'll get non-lazy enough to actually get dressed up and have the actual YouTube video.
I really feel like I don't care. Let them see me like this so they can see this face I just made. It was incredible. It was incredible. It was
pretty judgmental. It was pretty
judgmental. Yes.
Pretty gentle.
Even my father has seen Almost Famous.
It's fine.
Granted,
I will see.
I made him watch it with me, but still. No, he liked it a lot. I mean, that's the kind of movie we.
Kate Hudson's in it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an amazing cast. Like, I mean, really, I mean, Kate Hudson is a baby, but I mean, she just brings it. But she's not the only one bringing it, you know. Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace. Billy Crudup, amazing. Patrick Fugit, who, God, he grew up well. He played young William Miller, like the young kid. Zoe Deschanel, Frances McDormand, wow. Jason Lee, Jimmy Fallon.
Golly, who isn't in this?
Fairuza Balk, Peter Frampton, Noah Tyler. That's what I'm saying. It's just Michael Annagaro, Michael Kozak, B.U. Phillips. It's just Rainn Wilson. I mean, it's just a who's who. Eric Somerset, Mark Maron. It's a who's who of people. How haven't you seen this?
I just have. It's on Prime. I will watch it. It wasn't in my wheelhouse at the time.
We're gonna watch that. That'll be the first movie we watch for our Patreon episodes. Patreon will be horror movies.
I was gonna say yes. Our Patreon will be movies that are not horror, and you can request
non-horror movies.
Yes, I like that idea.
That's a really good idea. If only we had an assistant to write down these ideas.
I know.
Because I love it when I listen to like Taste Buddies or any of the other ones, but Taste Buddies and what is Sal Vulcano's and Krista Stefano's. Can never remember the name of those, even though I listen to it every week. But they have Pim, Homeless Pim, and Homeless Pim is their guy, and they'll be like, Pim, write it down.
See, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Pim. Well, if only one of us had originally been an Impractical Joker, we could have been there already, you know.
That's our fault. Our bad.
Our bad. Really more my bad. I grew up so close to Staten Island. I really should have tried to get in with those guys harder a long time ago.
The future.
At this point, my love for Sal Vulcano is so high. Like, it got worse listening to the Taste Buds podcast because me and him have very similar food feelings, and you know how I feel about food. I love it almost as much as I love you. So I'm saying a lot. And my husband's like, I'm like, we really need to, like, meet the Impractical Jokers. And he's like, no.
Ed knows.
He's like, you're not getting within 10 feet.
He's like, no. I like that. He's a self-aware man, and he knows you. I like that. I respect that.
Absolutely not.
He's like, no, ma'am. That's not going to happen. Like, whoever I end up with should know that I never need not to meet Chris Hemsworth, because yikes.
If they listen to this podcast even one episode,
they'll know.
They're aware.
He'll be on my list. So the fun thing about living in LA is when you make a list, it could actually happen.
True that. The fun thing about living on Long Island is beaches. No, actually, in the summertime we have a shit ton of celebrities all the time. The Karate Kid, what's his name?
Ralph
Macchio lives in the town I work in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently he was out at a local restaurant and somebody saw him posted a pic on like the Instagram, and immediately the restaurant was
hot stuff. See, that's what I need. That's what we need. We just need a celebrity to talk about our podcast.
Just one, Jason Mantzoukas.
That's the only one we need. That's the one we're pulling for.
Well, no, I mean, talking about celebrities, should we tease them with who's coming or no?
We could tease. We won't say who.
One of the prominent people on Stan Against Evil will be on the podcast soon.
I'm so excited.
I'm not going to say anything, but I've been...
Did you start it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay!
Good. It's very good. Not going to say anything more than that. But I've also been looking at other movies, things, etc. that she or he have done to figure out how far away I am from start now. Like the degrees of separation. Yeah. Like, listen. We interviewed Arlen.
Mm-hmm. He's connected. He's opened up.
Arlen was in a movie with Ryan Hansen, so now I'm officially just one step from Ryan Hansen. Ryan Hansen is best friends with Kristen Bell, so that's just 3 steps to Bell. And then Bell's been in The Good Place with Jason. I'm only 4 steps away from Jason now. I'm so close I can taste it.
You're welcome. And who brought that to you?
You did, my beautiful friend. Your athleticism has thus paid off.
Yes.
One day, hopefully, my lack of athleticism will pay off. I'll just lock eyes with a celebrity at a Chinese buffet, and it'll be magic.
You'll both reach for an egg roll.
Speaking of Seth Green. Can't even make fun of Jonah now. He has slimmed down.
Oh, man. Yeah, he has.
Yeah. I love, listen, he's an amazing actor, and I just enjoy him, but I think we all know I love a chubby man, so Jonah, I still love you, but...
She wants you to put some back on.
Well, no, don't do it for me. Being healthy is the best, but I'll always remember you the way I originally fell in love. Actually, no, it wasn't, I did enjoy him in Superbad, but the movie I fell in love with him in is, the stock trading one.
Moneyball. Or Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf. Ooh. I like him in Moneyball too, but I fell in love in Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, funny. I know Jonah Hill from Accepted. That's the first thing that asked me about my wiener. I love that movie. I actually I made my dating profile. I made it a lot of movie and TV references, so everything was fake. I was like, I went to the South Harmon Institute of Technology. Nobody said anything. I had all these references, like movie references and TV shows, and nobody said anything. I was like, really?
In a minute.
Go shitheads.
Why? What is wrong with LA men?
I don't know. I thought it was great. I got no swipes, no matches. I was like, fine, I'll just go back to being boring.
Jen, you are beautiful and funny too, but you're in really good single LA company, because who amongst us has a podcast called Why Won't You Date Me, when I, for the love of God, can't figure out why anybody wouldn't date Nicole?
Why would you
not date her? Up to date Nicole Byers.
She's funny. She is adorable. Like,
I was actually watching Young and Hungry again because I just needed like a funny feel.
I love that show.
And she's on it. She plays Lizette. Like, she's only in like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But she's just so funny and so beautiful. And one of the funniest lines she has in that show is she's like, oh my God, what kind of marriage will this be if we're both having affairs? But she just nails it in her like Nicole Byers
I love
face
her voice.
And like
her voice.
Hand motions. I'm like, and it's so funny because people who meet me and I'll talk about Nicole, they're like, yeah, I feel like if you and her met in real life, you would be friends. I'm like, yes.
Totally would. Let's be friends and have her on the show, please.
Yes, if anybody knows.
Does she like horror movies? Do you know if she likes horror movies?
Oh, yeah.
She does?
She does.
Well, even if she doesn't, it'd be even better to, like, introduce her to horror movies.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, no, she's... Oh, wait. Which movie did she... I feel like she does. Because I feel like her How Did This Get Made episodes, or maybe they were Fast and the Furious. I'll have to double check.
It was either horror or Fast and the Furious. I had the same feelings for both, but
right. Yeah. No, and she's very funny when she hangs out with the Doughboys.
I feel like she'd take over our show. Like, she would just...
Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'd just be like, I'm just going to listen to you talk. It's fine. Yeah. This is your show.
This is your show now. We all stand for...
We'll just be your laugh track. We're just your laugh track.
I'm here for it. So any final thoughts? We got off as we often do, guys.
We really did. Hey, we've been good the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, very few tangents. You guys were due for a tangent-filled episode. And I don't feel like we actually went that far off.
No, we didn't. I mean, this movie was I don't know, to me it wasn't a lot of excitement to talk about. I know you liked it. Yeah, but
I think you and I both have agreed on this before. I more enjoy a slow burn.
You like the slow burns. Yeah.
I liked trying to figure out who was the killer. What I hated, because I remember how I said I thought it could be Kim. The second you see the killer's hands, the person making the phone calls, you know it's not a female.
Right.
I kind of had thought, like, if that had gone away, you could have, because then you could have thought, maybe it's the mom. Maybe it is
Kim. A giveaway.
You know, the hands were a giveaway. And at that point, I pretty much assumed it was the brother.
It wasn't like a huge twist. It wasn't like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. It was like, I figured it would be someone like that.
I figured they showed the man's hands to try to once again make you think either it was
the dad.
No, never the dad. I never once thought it was the dad. Why do you keep saying the dad?
Because that would have been like, oh, okay. Oh. And they showed him at the beginning, and like they showed him walking through the school, and like him thinking about what they were telling him about the death. So they kind of set it up to where it's like it could be him.
I never thought it was him. Not once.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen can't be
up I love here. Leslie. Can we talk about how fine he was back in the day? Like, you've seen a picture of him younger, right?
Yeah,
oh my God,
he's even a good-looking older man.
Okay. So as a kid, even watching Naked Gun, I was like 10, and I was like, that man is attractive. I was definitely attracted to Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
With all of his white hair as a child.
But also, once again, very funny man, and you and I have both said that funny works for us. Mm-hmm. So,
yep.
You know.
I just didn't realize how, like, he was legit fun. Like, I just thought, oh, you know, he's funny, that's a thing. But I saw pictures of him from, like, the movies in the 50s, and I was like, oh my God, he was, like,
he did some great movies in the 50s. I mean, rest in peace, Leslie. Rest in peace.
So sad. 11 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah, 84, though. He lived a good, long life. 84
yeah.
Great.
Definitely. And he's in the horror genre because he also did Creepshow. So.
Yeah. And his legacy, I mean, he did some great movies. He seems to be one of the actors who was just really good and kind and stable and acted for the love of his craft. You never heard a bad word about him, which I think speaks a lot to a person's character because unfortunately there's a lot of people you can't say that about these days. So I think
look at that. Ugh.
Those are some piercing eyes. Yes. Jen is flashing Leslie's face.
I love to look at young Leslie Nielsen. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do.
You don't have a case for your iPad? You're living.
I know I need to get one.
That is dangerous, girl.
I just haven't found one. I have one, but then it lifts up the protective screen, so I have to get a new one, and I just haven't.
Gotcha. So overall heels for this movie?
I gotta say, like,
7.
Not even, no.
6.5.
No, like low.
Low, okay.
Just because it wasn't, like, it was too slow. It wasn't fun. The kills came way too late. It'd be like 3 or 4.
I'm at a 5.56. I thought the opening scene was so haunting and shot so beautifully. I loved Alex and Kim's relationship. I thought that showed how the death had made them closer, but I also enjoyed that they were still able to have fun after that level of drama. I thought the kills, while yes, they came too late, were well done, but I do agree with you, the pacing was a little like, okay, we got it.
See, you're yawning just talking about it.
Yeah, no. And I'm not the hugest fan of multiple tries at a misdirect.
Yeah.
I kind of almost more like...
just knowing who it is from the beginning.
Not even that, but like the original Friday the 13th. You don't know it's Mrs. Voorhees, but they never try to direct you to any of the cast members that you've seen. You know very clearly that it's not the head of the camp.
Yeah.
He's been gone the head. You know very clearly it's not any of them. You know very clearly it's not the weird guy that showed up. Like, they make it clear it's not anyone you've seen. And I like knowing straight up, like Halloween, yes, it's Michael Myers. We know off the bat, and we're getting some good kills. Or I do enjoy finding out who it is, but not having misdirects towards it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just finding it out. Like, okay, there is a killer. We don't know who it is, and now we know.
And even though we didn't know Mrs. Voorhees, it was still like, whoa, what a twist. Like, it still made for an excellent twist, because even though we didn't suspect her, it still was like, oh, man.
And also, I do enjoy with Mrs. Voorhees, when she comes onto the stage, you think for a moment, this is a kind person. Yes, okay, she's getting help. We're going to be okay. And then, shit goes real south real quick. And I like that in a movie.
Yeah.
So, I would say max 6 on this. Heels for me.
Yeah.
I got to say, Jamie Lee Curtis does make it higher for me, just because I enjoy her and everything. And
I don't want to give Jamie Lee 1 or 2, like, heels. I can't.
Right.
It's against
just like the principal said, yes, I'm showing favoritism, deal with it.
Exactly. That's it. Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm not going to give Jamie Lee Curtis 2 stars, 1 star on anything. Like, that's an automatic 3 at least.
Can we talk about her breasts in that bra for a minute? When the mirror gets cracked, she has a fantastic body.
I did not notice. I mean, I know she has a fantastic body, but
she was underserved from the wardrobe department in a lot of her movies. And
not True Lies, I'll tell you that. She has that
Oh,
sexy...
no, but I'm saying her early movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was in her contract, like, hey, I'm not going to be super sexified. I'm not sure. So I can't say. I'm just saying visually, if I had that body and the wardrobe department was underserving me like that, I mean, because beyond that bra, even you said it with the dress, while it does change into a spaghetti strap, it is not a revealing garment in any way. I mean, nobody saw her dirty pillows, okay?
Nope. I guess she didn't fling her mom into a closet. Couldn't get away with it. Get away with it. I'm enjoying this prom theme, though. I like that we've done...
And now we have...
remake.
The remake. Let's tell you guys who's in that.
It's on Netflix, which last week we were going to have to pay for it. And I was like, let's see.
But the movie gods. So it's Prom Night.
Prom Night 2008.
And it's got some great people. I enjoy, I like her a lot. She's a little too pretty for me. Scott Porter, though, Idris Elba, Jonathan Dana Davis, Collins Penny. I mean, can we just talk about Collins Penny for a minute? Why are you so attractive? Jesus Christ, Colin. Idris Elba. I mean, it is a good. Yeah. We'll just Kellen Lutz. I mean, jeez. I mean, whew. I don't know. While the 70s cast wasn't doing anything for this one's doing a lot.
Lady parts are going to be paying attention to
this one, yeah. This might be a long episode next time, guys. Got all this eye candy. Don't know how. Why is Brittany Snow so freaking beautiful too? I can't handle it. Dana Davis. Wait, what has Dana Davis been in? She looks very familiar. Can I get an IMDb on Dana? Was she? Oh, I think I know who she was, but I don't want to say it yet. Hold on. I want to see if I'm right before I say things. No, that's not what I thought she was in, so hold on.
911?
Wait. She's in 911? No.
One episode.
Oh, thank you. I was like, Franklin and Bash. Okay.
I was just going to say Franklin and Bash, but I was like, she probably has it. I loved that show.
Okay. Good thing. Okay. Because I
loved Franklin and Bash.
And she was also in Heroes. That's the other one I thought she was in. She's been on Gilmore Girls. That's who I thought
Yeah.
She's done some things. Okay. And she's
adorable.
She is Cora on Veronica Mars too. Okay. Good.
Wow, and she's older than us. She looks amazing.
I was going to say, let's stop saying things like that. When I look at her, please, like, don't. I had a client the other day. I was like, she was like, no, I'm 44. I thought she was 32. I was like, get the fuck out of my chair. I'm done with you. You were amazing until you told me your age.
We're done here.
It's really sad because I loved her. She was a great client. I want her back. But I want to just continue to think she's 30. But then, you guys, the microphone has fallen on my head.
Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Where's Ed?
Oh, we're just going to take it off. I'll hold it for a minute.
There we go.
There we go.
It's happened before.
It's happened before. It's probably going to happen again, guys. Like, let's be serious here. Hold on.
Technical difficulty.
Okay, we are back.
There we go.
Whew, okay. That's in my head, guys. Thank God I've been drinking.
Aww.
I didn't feel a thing, everyone. It's fine.
Back to the bottle.
I want to say, so a lot of times I find rosés to be a little on the sweet side, which I don't enjoy. The Yellowtail rosé has more of a Pinot level of sweetness, I would say. Very refreshing, very nice.
We're going to have to keep a list of people who owe us once we're huge.
Yeah, no, we should. Well, you know what? When we're huge, we'll have our own version of Homeless Pim, and then they can make a list for us. Yeah. I definitely Buffalo Trace whiskey. You owe us.
We'll give Midori a pass, technically.
Poor Midori. We're sorry. And what's even more funny is I thoroughly enjoy your product.
Right.
Mixed into many a fine beverage.
It just didn't come off that way.
Doing it straight. Just not drinking it out of the bottle straight. And that's really. Nobody should just
because I don't hate myself.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I just need to know: did Dory's sales skyrocket after David Tennant was just walking around our hotel room? So
it did amongst the Whovians. It did.
It did it amongst the Whovians. Okay. You know, I see Sal Vulcano. He holds his microphone the entire time he records, and I think I'm gonna steal it. I think I like it.
Do it, but you gotta make sure you hold it.
What do you think I'm going to
the sound that.
Were you afraid of that happening?
Yes.
To be fair, Sal Vulcano does it too. I hear him. Sometimes he's like this. Just another reason to love him. Did you do anything fun this weekend, Jen?
Did.
What did you?
Well, I mean, I played in my championship game with my team. We lost horribly. But I like my team because we go out afterwards no matter what. We went out, had some drinks, had some fun, and then we went to our team captain's place. His wife is so amazing.
Is she?
She was like, she's like our team mom, so she hangs out with her. Like, she comes to the game. She, like, had oranges for us.
Is she an Italian woman?
No, because I only know her married last name.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. But he asked her, he's like, can we come over after? She knows all of us, so, like, and she's super cool. But he was like, can we come over after? And she's like, because she had work to do, and she was like, I figured you were going to want them to come over, so I cleaned up, like, everyone can come by after and hang out. So I love my team. We had so much fun. We're called the Scoregasm.
I like that name.
Yeah.
And what team were you playing?
They're called How I Flagged Your Mother. Yeah. They're good. They've been together for a long time. I love that I just gave them a shout out on my. It's fine, but they're a fun team to play because some teams you play and they take it too seriously. This team is good, but they're fun to play. Everyone was
that's great.
Super
I like
nice. Lots of sportsmanship during the game, not hurt feelings. Because I've played in games that were just awful. So yeah, it was fun. So now that was our championship from last year.
Okay.
So we had just gotten to championships when COVID hit and we had to stop. So that was playing from last year, which we were on fire last year. I think if we had played last year, we would have probably done a better job. I don't know if we would have won, but we would have done a much better job. But we were rusty. So, but yeah, our new season starts next week. So,
woohoo!
I'm excited.
I worked all weekend. It was a very, very busy weekend. And then I had my dad's birthday, and it was very fun.
Yay! Happy birthday, Dad!
Now I'm trying to recover.
With the rosé.
With the rosé. Literally, every day last week, I woke up at or before 5 a.m. and could not fall back asleep. So it's been
I hate when that happens.
Been a long week for Alicia. So I mean, I'm usually an early riser, but like I'm usually a 6:30er.
Yeah.
5 is like pushing it.
And that's like then that adds up because then that's like 6 hours of sleep over a week that you've lost.
Yeah. So yeah, like we said, next week will be Prom Night 2008. And then catch up because we will have a cast member of Stand Against Evil. Yeah. And you're going to want to know what she or he is talking about.
Oh, but wait, when's your dad's birthday?
Oh, it was in April.
Oh, because my dad's is next week. That's why I asked.
Oh, no.
Our dad's? Okay.
No, you know what the thing is that one of my dad's favorites to do is fish. So I sent him on like a little fishing charter with our family members, and you gotta wait until the season starts. And the season starts around Memorial Day. So, and it was a beautiful day. Once again, I said to my husband, "Here's the sunscreen. Put it on. Take it with you."
Did he listen?
I put it on his neck for him. His arms, lobsters are jealous of the red he achieved, guys. It is so bad. It is blistering in spots. Like, my heart hurt for him. But at the same time, guys, he was warned.
I told you.
Like, okay, I'm not trying to be racist in any way, but my husband is a mixture of French, English, Irish, Canadian, and Dutch.
The sun doesn't go to any of those places.
The sun, you are not a sun people. I mean, at least I have my 1/16th Italian to pull me through. You know what I mean? Like, what is he talking about? And I will tell you that we go through this fight at least once a year. And at least once a year, he burns horribly. So I'm hoping we're over it. I'm hoping this is ours for the season. Last season, because of COVID, it didn't happen. So,
wow.
And yeah. So, you got any fun plans for the weekend coming up? It's Father's Day.
Father's Day and my dad's birthday. They always are at the same weekend, which is nice. So we'll probably just do some family time. I'm still gonna play my game because he's got a track meet. So we'll probably just hang out.
Dad has a track meet?
Yeah, well, he runs track, but he also coaches a kids team.
Coaches, okay.
Yeah, he runs and coaches. So, but this is for the kids, so he's going to go coach them. So we'll probably just hang out and watch a movie and get a steak dinner or something for his birthday.
Love that.
But it's true. It's Fleming's or it's George Petrelli's. Again,
excuse me, we gotta stop giving those people shout outs.
I was just gonna say that's 2 more on our list.
2 more. And you've given them a lot of shout outs.
I know.
I mean, the least they can do is send a gift card at this point.
That's all I ask.
The least. And that is all, I think, for this week. And we will talk to you all soon. Bye.
Yes, later.
Later.